Thank you, Andy. 3 people are in the hospital after a shooting at a Virginia Beach nightclub. This happened just after 2 this morning at Bentley's on Newtown Road. 2 of the victims were women. All 3 are expected to be okay. But now there are concerns about safety at Bentley's and other clubs in the area. 10 on your side's Anne McNamara spoke to the sheriff, who says Bentley's should have closed its doors a long time ago. Anne?
Anita, the sheriff says this is just scratching the surface of a much larger problem. He says he no longer will let sheriff's deputies work at certain nightclubs. There's a list of them right here, and he says Bentley's is at the top of the list.
I think this place should have been shut down a long time ago.
Virginia Beach Sheriff Kenneth Stolley says Bentley's nightclub is out of control. There have been 300 calls to this address in the last year alone. 19 people were arrested, most of them belligerent. Warrants show suspects were, quote, stumbling around, yelling and swearing. And just this month, one troublesome patron asked a deputy, quote, "You're just security. What the is you going to do?"
Bentley's was a constant problem that was generating from the inside and spilling out into the parking lot where the deputies were, and that is exactly what happened last night.
Sheriff Stolley says Bentley's is not safe for the public or his deputies. Just this week, he banned deputies from working part-time security at this club and others like it.
When you authorize deputies to go in these situations, they're providing for the public safety, but you have to be worried about the safety of the deputies as well. And based on the information I had, I was convinced that we could not provide for the safety of the deputies or the public. And so I needed to get them out of there.
That sounded dumb. I mean, ain't that their job to protect people, protect themselves?
Some think the violence last night could have been avoided had deputies been in the parking lot. They say law enforcement is needed to control the crowds.
People don't know how to control their alcohol, this, that, and the third, and then emotions get them flaring up. So, I mean, that's kind of normal.
But Sheriff Stolley says he will not put his men in the line of fire.
I'm convinced that if we had deputies in the parking lot, they may have been victims last night as well.
I have called and called Bentley's, different numbers for managers all day. I have not heard back from them. And one last note, a lot of people are looking at the list, which we've published, by the way, on WAVY.com, of all the restaurants that no longer can have the private security. You'll look at the list and say, well, some of these don't seem to be very troublesome. The sheriff told me he just took every place that serves alcohol after a certain hour in a certain area, and he didn't pick and choose. He just put them all on the list. Live in Virginia Beach, I'm Anne McNamara, 10 on your side.
Very interesting. All right, and police say the victims in the Bentley's case are not being cooperative. They are still working to get suspect information.